ties it up.
Holy Ghost is on the move.
Yeah, Firebirds had a lot of momentum.
Right from the jump for the Firebirds, who look really good.
All right, hello everybody, and welcome to a somewhat packed house in the Chapman Arena to the Firebird Fieldhouse here on the campus of Holy Ghost Prep, where we have Game 5 of the Holy Ghost Prep basketball season between the Firebirds and the Lions of Lower Moreland. I'm Caden Stewart running a solo stream for you tonight, but we have 32 minutes of basketball action upcoming between the Firebirds and the Lions. The Firebirds come into the day with a 2-4 record, compared to the Lower Moreland Lions record of 3-2. The Firebirds in the Freelance Conference, but Lower Moreland with a 2-2 in conference record. Lower Moreland also coming off a season-high 90-point showing versus Springfield in their latest game, seeing a school record and 19 three-pointers made. Offense will be a factor, and this one is the opening tip is won by the Firebirds, and Adam McDonald puts one in before the scoreboard even runs. McDonald goes 2-0, and the Firebirds lead it first. Firebirds starting lineup today is McDonald, followed by Liam Duffy, Zach Charlin, Robbie Segerich, and the star Ace Varela. As now miscommunication for the Lions. The pass goes way out of play. It went off the hand of John Kroll. Along with Kroll on offense will be Mason Tammond, Kevin Hedges, Nathan Fellon, and Carl Barnett. On the drop is Zach Charlotte. Charlotte on the pitch back. He goes over to Adam McDonald. Robbie Segerich by the paint. He lost that one. It's going to go out of play. Lower Moreland with a great showing here early. And while the ball went out of play, it was a pass to Segerich. It went out of play off of a Lion hand. And so Segerich will inbound. Segerich finds McDonald. McDonald finds Charlin in the corner. Zach Charlin backs out, looking for space. He has his man in Robbie Segerich. Segerich, Duffy to Ace in the corner. That one no good. Rimmed in and out, and the good rebound on the floor is by John Kroll. Kroll moves up to Barnett. Barnett in the paint, took two, didn't take third. That would have been a travel. Here comes Ace. All the way in the paint. Ace one-on-one, makes it look easy. 4-0 Firebird, 60 seconds in, as Varela puts one up. On the rebound, it was Nathan Fellon. Fellon through the written emblem along that Firebird student section where it would normally be. Here's Barnett on the pitch out, finds Kevin Hedges. Hedges to the far side, back to the middle. Hedges, one bounce pass. Back over to Barnett now, an open space for three. That one just off to the left. Rebound, Varela fought for it. It's won by the Firebirds, and here comes Duffy. Liam Duffy has Zach Charlin. He goes over to Ace instead. Ace now finds Charlin. Charlin at the top of the key, cuts it back and forth, lost the ball. And it's a free ball turnover. Here come Lower Moreland. And stopping with it is Nathan Fellon. Fellon to the paint, looking for Barnett. Lower Moreland wanted to foul, nothing comes to it. Here goes McDonald on the turnover. McDonald on the drop, Robbie Segerich. Segerich over to Ace. One bounce pass along the baseline goes McDonald. He fires over to Liam Duffy. Duffy's walked. And that's going to be a foul called against Lower Moreland. It was close to a walk for Duffy.
Foul, Mason Tamara, who's first. Team's first.
And the foul called on number 24, Mason Tamara. There's Robbie Segerich. Segerich, Charlin, top of the key. That one no good. And rebound brought in with one hand by Tamarans. Here goes John Kroll. Kroll peels it off. Stopping with it was Fellon. Fellon takes the pass. Back out to Kroll. Kroll looking for a reset. A little bit of a shimmy from Mark Tamarans. Now back over to Kroll. Kroll looking for Fellon, and Fellon traveled. So Lower Moreland has had good ball movement through these first 2.5 minutes, but nothing has come of it as it's still 4-0 Firebirds. McDonald takes it across the painted emblem at midcourt. McDonald fires to Charlin, who wasn't quite ready for it, but he brings it in. Charlin on the spin, peels away from the paint. Charlin finds Segerich. Segerich to the top of the paint, that one up, no good. Rebound brought in again by Kevin Hedges. Hedges to John Kroll. Kroll through the paint, around the three-point line. Peels away, goes to the far corner. Thinking about it, deciding not to do anything. Going to the paint and scoring is Mason Tammond. 3 minutes into the first points of the game for the Lions. Now Varela looking for an answer. Varela finds Charlin. Charlin makes a man drop. Here goes Varela for three. On the assist is Charlin, and Ace delivers the first long ball of the game for either side. It's 7-2 Firebirds. John Kroll takes the inbound. Kroll through the three-point line. That's going to be an offensive foul against the Lions. John Kroll will take it back. 4:37 to go in this opening quarter. Firebirds lead by 5. Mark Sindardo and Charles Steinmetz both sub on for the Firebirds coming out of the break. Here comes Charlin on the move. Charlin drops it off to Duffy. Duffy didn't touch the ball much in his first shift. Now he's back on for a second time. Here's Sindardo. Steinmetz. Steinmetz finds Varela. Varela cutting it back and forth. Wide open is Zach Charlin for three. He got it. 6-0 run for the Firebirds in the last 60 seconds. Back-to-back three-pointers made. 8-point lead for HGP. Here's Fellon on the move. Fellon to Kroll. Kroll open in the corner for three. It's good. Carl Barnett with his first three-pointer of the game. It's a 10-5 lead for the Firebirds. Charlin with an answer. Zach Charlin back-to-back from far out. 8-point lead for the Firebirds. Kroll takes it in motion. On the drop, long three. Hedges, that one no good, just short. Rebound coming over. And a diving attempt is good for two. Carl Barnett puts it in. Rella back out. Charlin wanted his third in a row. That one off the front of the rim. 6-point lead remains for HGP. Pass goes to the corner to Barnett. Barnett moves over to Temmond. Barnett, long three, it's good. What a shot from Carl Barnett. It's a 3-point lead for HGP. 4 deep balls made in the first 5 minutes across both sides. 3 more to come from the Chapman Arena in this opening quarter. 13-10, Firebirds on top of the Lions. Firebirds take the ball up with 3 to go in this opening quarter. Zach Charlin touches the ball first. Charlin trying to drop it off Sonardo. That didn't work out. On the way down, off the turnover by Sonardo, it's up and good for 2. Carl Barnett closes the deficit to the smallest it's been since the opening 1 second of the game. It's 13-12. There's McDonald, Steinmetz, that one in and out. Rebound comes down to Carl Barnett. Barnett on the move to Felon. Pickpocketed, picks up the loose ball. Now drops off to the middle. That's going to be a foul on the Firebirds. Coming back to the middle was John Kroll in the paint. And it's going to cost HGP as their first foul of the game. And Mark Standardo will be called for his first. Kroll cashes in on his first shot of the 2. Zach Charlin subs off. Ace will come on. Kroll 2 for 2 from the line. 1-point lead for Lower Moreland. Their first lead of the game, 5.5 minutes in. Here's McDonald. On the drop, McDonald finds now Tommy Nahill, the first pair of legs. Nahill found Ace. And that's going to be a whistle going against the Lions, to great despair of the Lower Moreland bench. But Carl Barnett is called for his first foul. He'll be on the floor, and Charles Steinmetz to inbound. Steinmetz in the paint, and his pass winds up in a foul called against Lower Moreland as Varela went down to the court. Foul called on Kevin Hedges. 4 fouls in this opening slate of 8 minutes in this opening quarter. As you can hear from the background, there is a large presence of the Lower Moreland fan base here in the Chapman Arena. Ace will shoot one more. The second one hits the rim twice and bounces out. So Varela goes over 2 from the line to start. And here is John Kroll. Kroll on the move. Kroll to the middle. That one up and good. Nathan Felon good from 2. It's a 3-point lead now for Lower Moreland. The Firebirds scoreless for the last 2 minutes. McDonald, who got the scoring started in the game, takes the shot. And foul on the floor called against Lower Moreland. was initially called on the floor. Both officials, and there'll be an official conference here to determine whether it's on the floor or just shooting. So it's ruled a shooting foul. Ace Varela will shoot 2. So 5 early fouls here in this first quarter going against the Lions. Firebirds are just 1, but they trail by 3. Varela looking to cut the lead down. I gotta be impressed with that kid's vocal cords, I gotta say. Varela goes 1 for 1 so far at the line. He has 1 more. Firebirds get 3 pairs of new legs. It's Robbie Segerich, Liam Duffy, and Mark Sinardo all subbing on. Varela goes 2 for 2 from the line. The bounce back after his 0 for 2 showing his last time at. Here's John Kroll. Kroll meandering around the paint. Drops off to the top. Here's Barnett. Barnett in sequence. Nathan Felon. Felon on the drop. Kroll spins. Top of the key. Thought about it. Didn't take it. That was Taman. Taman to the paint. It's up and good. Taman on the drop makes it a 3-point lead for the Lions once more. Here's McDonald on the drop, finds Varela. It's 2 to 22, now to 3 in Segerich. Segerich to Liam Duffy. Duffy a 1 bounce, threading the needle pass to Adam McDonald. McDonald spins, finds open space. Robbie Segerich. Segerich a spin, he lost that one, rebounded by McDonald. At least recover, I should say. 1 minute to go in this first quarter. Segerich open for 3. Redemption is good. Tie game. Segerich from the corner. And the Firebirds tied up at 18. 51 seconds to go. Here goes Kroll. Kroll cutting it across the emblem. Kroll on the drop. It's Barnett. Barnett to the top, Nathan Felon. Felon drops it off to Zach Kendall. Kendall on the return feed, running it again, didn't quite get there. Here's Barnett. Barnett back to Kroll, under 30 seconds to go. The Lions playing hot potato. Barnett winds up with the ball again, he turns the ball over. Here comes Varela. Varela struggling, quick turnover. Here's a 3 from Barnett. That one's good. What a sequence and an assist from Mason Tammond as Tammond found Barnett. 10 seconds to go. Here's Ace. Ace, Robbie Segerich. Segerich to Mark Sinardo for 3 at the buzzer. He got it. Mark Sinardo again tying 3 at the buzzer. And 1 quarter of the way done, it is a 21-21 action-packed score. Both sides exchanging long balls. The Lions coming off a school record 19 threes against Springfield Township on December 15th, that being Friday, and they have not slowed down yet. 21-21 through 8 at the Chapman Arena. Back in action here in the start of the second quarter between the Lions and the Firebirds. 21-21 game through the first 8 minutes. Here's Nathan Fellin. Fellin drops it off, running Kroll. It's a triple out of bounds and out of play.
Back in front of the Lions.
7:43 to play in the second quarter. 21-21 your score. The inbound will come from Mason Tammons. Tammons to John Kroll. Kroll now across to Fellin. Fellin from around the beyond the arc goes over the written emblem. Now finds Kroll again in motion. Kroll on the drop to Barnett. Barnett back to Kroll. Kroll splits the defense and is fouled. Only the second foul called against the Firebirds through these opening 8.5 minutes. 7:25 to go in this first half.
Adam McDonald, his first.
And this foul called against Adam McDonald. It'll be on the floor. Inbound coming from Nathan Fellin. Fellin turns the ball over. Great play by Zach Charlin to keep it in play. Charlin finds Segerich. Segerich to Dean Burke, caught her for the first time today. He finds Adam McDonald. That one no good. And the rebound brought down by Mason Tammons. Tammons on the move. Spin Nathan Fellin. Fellin to Tammons. Tammons to Kroll. Kroll wide open far side three. That one no good. It came off the hands of Carl Barnett. And that loose ball will be out of play off the Lions. Inbound came from Duffy. Duffy to McDonald. McDonald spinning around. He finds Zach Charlin. Charlin, Segerich. Segerich back to Duffy. Duffy, that one turned away. Blocked by Carl Barnett. Barnett on the drop to Nathan Fellin in the paint. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Fellin. The Firebirds will take over on the offensive turnover. Neither side has scored through the opening 90 seconds in the second quarter. Six and a half to play in the second. Here's McDonald. Finds Steinmetz. Back to Duffy. Duffy to Varela. Varela to the middle. Finds Duffy again. Great pass through traffic. Duffy bodying a man. That one no good. Rebound brought down by Barnett. Barnett up the middle to John Kroll. Kroll, far side three. No good. Rebound by McDonald in the paint. He brings it all the way down the court. McDonald doing it himself. Shares the ball with Steinmetz. Steinmetz to Varela. Back to Zach Charlin. That one no good. Charlin tried to sell the foul but could not. Here's Kroll. Kroll from around three-point land for three. It's good. What a shot by Kevin Hedges. And the first points of the second quarter come 2:20 in. 3-point lead for the Lions. Varela from way downtown is no good. Rebound Kroll. Kroll on the spin. Barnett, that two ball is no good. Rebounds. That's going to be a defensive foul called against Ghost in the paint.
Point of foul, Zach Charlin, his first to second. And fell back in for the Lions for the Firebirds for the third. Tom Nahill.
Tommy Nahill subbing on for the Firebirds for the second time today. 5:28 to play in the second. 24-21 lead for the Lions. Kroll trying to extend to it. Kroll to the far side. Back gets the return feed. Jack Kroll is no good. Pardon me, John Kroll is no good. And the rebound went out of bounds, so the Firebirds will inbound it with Charles Steinmetz. Steinmetz shovels up the floor. He finds Ace. Ace cuts it back and forth. Varela, that one no good. Down backboard, but had a little bit too much mustard on it. Here's Nathan Fellin. Fellin cuts it back. On the drop to John Kroll. Kroll, far side, open three. Left him open, that one no good. Rebound by McDonald. McDonald cuts it back and forth. And that's going to be a foul called against the Lions. Every member of the Lions faithful disagrees. But it's going to be the second foul of this second quarter against the Lions. Segerich to inbound along the sideline. Probably Charlene to inbound. Charlene goes to McDonald. McDonald around the edge. McDonald finds Ace. Ace around 3, cuts it back. Ace takes a step and gets the bounce. Timeout called by the Firebirds. Ace Varela gets the bounce, and it's a 1-point lead once again for the Lions with 4:35 to play in this first half. Coming out of the break is Lower Moreland with possession. Starting off with it is John Kroll. Kroll will come across midcourt, trickles over by the written envelope. Kroll cutting it back and forth, takes the drop. John Kroll, far side, long 3. That one up and no good. Tipped up in the air 2 times, 3, rebounded by McDonald. McDonald finds Ace all the way in. It's good. Ace Varela knocks down the 2. That's 4 straight for him, and the Firebirds have the 1-point lead. Here's Kroll. Kroll pitches it out. Nathan Felon. Felon to the far side. He goes back to the middle. He has Zach Kendall. Kendall. John Kroll. Kroll. Nathan Felon. Felon on the move to John Kroll again. Kroll puts up a 2. That one offline and no good. Rebound Varela. Varela. McDonald all the way in. Draws the foul. Adam McDonald draws the foul in the paint, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2, up by 1.
Adam McDonald's line for the Firebirds shoots 2.
First foul shot is up and no good from McDonald. McDonald goes 0 for 2 from the line. Rebound brought in by Mason Tamman. Tamman and Nathan Felon. Felon to Kroll, have to get across half court, and they do just in time. Here's Kroll through the emblem at center court. Kroll on the drop. Finds Zach Kendall. Kendall now on the move. Cutting it back, going to Tammond. Tammond, long 3, that one no good. Zach Kendall took one and bounced on the back of the rim. Here comes Mark Sindardo. Sindardo with speed and ace to his left. He got it. Varela makes it a 4.2 shot lead for the Firebirds at 2:56 to play in the opening half. John Kroll with speed again. Kroll underneath 2. That one turned away by Liam Duffy. Duffy got all of his hand on it. He takes one all the way down. Duffy, Steinmetz hesitated. Finds Sindardo, left that one just short. John Kroll takes the rebound off the rim. Kroll moves up to Felon. Felon back up to the far side. Zach Kendall, and he'll draw the whistle. Kendall draws the foul by the baseline going against the Firebirds. And now a chance to cut down to the 4-point lead for the Lions.
Kendall from Lions shoots 2.
First foul shot is offline. It'll say a 4-point lead for the Firebirds at the moment. 2:29 to play in the second quarter. One more foul shot to come from Zach Kendall. Robbie Segrich being directed around. Kendall misses his foul shot. Rebound goes to Ace. Ace doing it himself, a spin, a stutter step. He got it to go. Ace Varela with a beautiful 2 in the paint. 6-point lead for the Firebirds. And Ace, once again, the Firebirds' leading scorer in this first half by a long shot. Here's Kroll. Kroll, that one turned away. Gets his own deflection. Kroll underneath 2. What a pass. What a recovery from John Kroll. He finds Mason Tammons for 2. It's back to a 4-point lead for the Firebirds. Here's Segrich. Segrich finds Ace. Ace in the middle. Back out to Duffy. Duffy cuts it back in the paint. Duffy marks Sandardo. Spins. Sandardo. Duffy underneath to the far side. Segrich. Segrich puts up a haywire 2. That one no good. Had a weird bounce off the rim. And 90 seconds to play. The Lions have possession. Looking to cut into their 4-point deficit. It's Kroll who starts with it in the paint. Well, the top paint. Kroll finds that Kendall. Kendall, Tammons. Underneath the Kroll. Kroll, long 2. It was a line drive shot. It bounced off the back of the rim. Bird Cotter the board. Here's Varela. Underneath, Segrich tried to draw a foul. And it appears he did.
That's right, and McDonald, thank you for the Firebirds.
Dean Bird Cotter and Ace Varela both sub off. Charlin with the inbound. Charlin finds Duffy. Duffy, McDonald, Segrich. Segrich to Charlin. Back out to Segrich now. Segrich draws the foul, almost got the roll. Segrich helped up and he goes to the line. Foul called on Zach Kendall, number 30 on the Lions. A minute 1 to go in this first half. Fire is looking to increase their 4-point lead. First foul shot is no good off the far side of the rim. One more foul shot to come from Segrich. Know that screaming is not someone being murdered. It is a distraction from the foul shot. Segrich misses them both. Here's Carl Barnett. Barnett all the way down, pickpocketed away. What a steal by McDonald. Fell in with a turnover. Here's Segrich all the way in. Segrich offline. Had a little bit of a weird footing on the shot. It was no good. Kroll takes the rebound, and Kroll backs out. 40 seconds to play in the second quarter. Kroll moving back and forth, trying to make Charlin miss. He had it successfully at first, but Charlin recovered well. Nathan Fellon has it. Fellon. The Lions looking to possibly take the last shot. Never mind. Here's a long 3 coming. It's up and good. Carl Barnett, a long 3 from the corner. It's a 1-point lead for the Firebirds. Here's Charlin all the way in. Charlin! Oh, this shouldn't get the roll. Zach Charlin with a brilliant effort, but just didn't quite get the roll in the back of the rim. Rebound by Barnett, and with 8.6 to play, it's a whistle called against the Firebirds. Varela eager to sub back in, and he will. Foul is called on the floor. Inbound goes to Kroll. 6 on the clock, now 5. Kroll doing it himself, backs it out. Long 3, offline, no good. Rebound goes for Varela, and his shot hits the top of the ceiling. That is one I have not seen before, as Varela's length of the floor attempt, which would have been no good if it went in, hit the top of the roof. Your score through the first 16 minutes of play is the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds 30 and the Lower Moreland Lions 29. 16 down and 16 more to come from the Chapman Arena. The Firebirds looking to improve to 3-4 and end their 2-game losing streak, while the Lower Moreland Lions look to increase their win streak to 3 consecutive. and welcome back to the Chapman Arena, where we have second half action between the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds and the Lower Moreland Lions, as Robbie Segerich takes the first three-pointer of the second half. It's no good from the far side, and the lead stays at 1 for the Firebirds. It's 30-29, HGP to the first 16. About 15 and change left in the second half. Cutting it back and forth and going to the far side is Kroll. Kroll lost the loose ball, rebound to the middle, pass out to the far side, open for three. That one missed everything is Kevin Hedges. Hedges rebound, comes over to McDonald. Charlin, no good. The rims have not been friendly to the Firebirds tonight, as Charlin just missed the roll-in. Wide open pass all the way down. Barnett in motion. Barnett turned away. Liam Duffy slams the door on Mason Tammons. And now Duffy looking for an assist on Segerich. Segerich says no for the moment, finds Zach Charlin. Charlin, far side. McDonald, open three, just left short. They'll go up and over the backboard. Lower Moreland wants to call it in, get it. And now double dribble will be called against the Firebirds. .6:49, clock stopped in this second half. 30-29, Firebirds on top. Pass goes over to John Kroll. Kroll to the far side, running back and forth is Fellin. Fellin turned away. Ball hit the baseline off the Firebirds. Inbound coming from Hedges. Hedges goes over to Fellin. Fellin top of the key, gets the return feed. Fellin goes underneath. Here's Hedges. Hedges on the spin. Goes to the top of the key again. Far side three, got it. The lead goes to the Lions. The free ball comes from John Kroll. Kroll makes it 32-30. There's McDonald, cuts it back. Euro step McDonald. 32-32 as they're tied up again. 6:06 to play in the third. Here's Kroll. Kroll through the paint. Turned away. They wanted a travel call, didn't get it. Here's Tammons all the way in. This time he gets the foul. Foul called against HGP. It's the first foul of the second half against either side.
Warriors foul, Adrian Varela. His first, team's first.
And it's Ace's first foul of the game.
Mason Varela at the line for two.
Mason Tammons' first foul shot is no good. He has one more try to get the Lions the lead. Tammon goes 0 for 2. Here's Varela. Varela through the middle. Varela looking for Charlin. It's off the baseline and out of play. Quick turnover for the Firebirds coming off of 2 missed foul shots. And now 5:52 to go. The ball will be turned back over to the Lions. Mason Tammons to inbound. Tammons heaves it all the way down. It's a great pass to Kroll. Kroll wants the and one. That's going to be a foul against the Firebirds. John Kroll draws the foul. And the foul called against McDonald for the second time today. That's 2 quick fouls against the Firebirds in the second half. Kroll misses his first foul shot. And he'll shoot one more. Kroll's second foul shot is up and good. The Lions start off the second half 1 for 4 from the line. Here's Varela. Varela finds Segerich. Segerich didn't hit anything. Rebound coming all the way down. Zach Charlin took the shot, and now Charlin makes up for it. What a rejection against the board by Zach Charlin. And the Firebirds take over possession once more. Zach Charlin with a great block. He finds Segerich. Segerich, Sendardo, great sequence, but it's a little bit too much mustard as it went out of play. But Charlin with an amazing block in the paint. He found Segerich, and the sequence didn't quite go anywhere. 5:25 left in the third. 33-32 lead for the Lions. Here's Kroll. Kroll up through the paint. Kroll now across half court. Kroll, far side, open for three, no good. Kroll gets his own rebound. Now in the paint, plays up a short two, that one good. Kroll with a fancy footwork has a 3-point lead once more. Here's Charlin. Burkhardt. Burkhardt the return feed. He goes back to Charlin. Charlin to Ace. Ace underneath two. Basket is no good. Offensive foul on Ace Varela in the paint. And all the momentum is going to the Lions the second half. The Firebirds have only scored 1 point through these first 3 minutes and 8 seconds of play in the second half. And the inbound coming from the Lions underneath their own net. Inbound goes over to John Kroll. Kroll up the far side. Kroll, good pick set. As that was hit by Mason Tammond. Tammond underneath. Goes over. Return feed, Tammond. Top of the key. Through the paint. Underneath. Turned away. Varela. He got a large piece of it. Second time he got it as well. Third time is a foul. Kevin Hedges goes to the line to shoot two. And Varela, who had 0 fouls coming into the second half, now has 2 in the first 3:30. First foul shot is up and good. 36-32 lead for the Lions. Adam McDonald subs on for Ace Varela. Second foul shot is in and out. Hedges goes 1 for 2. Here's Sindardo to McDonald. McDonald underneath Charlin. That one no good. Charlin leaves it light. And after the Lions, that's going to be an offensive foul in transition as Nathan fell and put up a Derrick Henry stiff arm on Mark Sindardo. Liam Duffy will inbound by the far side of the scorer's table. And timeout called by the Lions. 4:17 to play in the third. 36-32. The Lions lead the Firebirds. Inbound goes from Liam Duffy to Charles Steinmetz. Return feed goes back to Duffy. Duffy on the drop to Steinmetz. Now finds Adam McDonald instead. McDonald on the move, Charlin. Charlin far side, Duffy. Cutting it back and forth, Duffy drops it off Charlin. Charlin, Steinmetz over to Mark Sindardo now. Sindardo drops it down. Zach Charlin. Charlin cutting it underneath. That's going to be ruled a tip off the Lions. Already 4 fouls halfway through this third quarter for the Firebirds and created just 1 for the Lions. This one not called a foul, but still worth noting. Inbound goes over to Liam Duffy. Duffy a spin. What a shot by Liam Duffy. The first made basket from the floor of the second half for the Firebirds, and the Lions' lead is now down to just 2. Speaking of the Lions, it's John Kroll taking it up. Kroll directing traffic. Kroll backing up through the paint. Kroll underneath. That shoot ball is no good. Rebound out of the far side. Fell in underneath. That's going to be an and one. Fell in with a great pass to Mason Tammons, and Tammons draws the foul.
Warriors foul, Mark Sandardo, his third. He's fifth.
The foul called against Mark Sonoto for the third time.
Mason Tammaro on the line for the Lions.
Two for 2 from the line goes Mason Tammons. Tammons makes it 38-34. Here's Mark Sandardo. Sandardo, the far side, Duffy. Duffy with a spin. Finds Steinmetz. Steinmetz, Mark Sandardo. Sandardo drops it down. Duffy, long 3. That one just left short. The rebound brought in by Kroll. Kroll moves it up to Hedges. Kevin Hedges on the move to Kroll. Kroll meanders about around midcourt. Drawing some time off the clock. Back onto Hedges. Hedges in the corner for 3. No good. Just wide of the net was Carl Barnett. Rebound goes McDonald. McDonald cutting it back and forth. Tried to draw the foul, and it is. Foul called against the Lions. Adam McDonald was upended. But he takes the foul, go to the line, and take 2.
Well, one foul. Mason Tammaro, his third, team second. And McDonald on the line shoots 2.
5 fouls in this third quarter against the Firebirds, this being just a second against the Lions. McDonald misses his first one, he'll shoot one more. McDonald goes 1 for 2 from the line. 3-point lead once again. Here's Kroll. Kroll across midcourt by the written emblem. Kroll. Varela doing a good job not fouling. Great defense by the Varela. Now Kroll finds the assist. No, he did not. Rebound knocked away. It's going to go out of play. And a rusty handle by Zach Kendall. Liam Duffy to inbound on the baseline. Duffy goes to Adam McDonald. McDonald comes across midcourt by the top of the key. McDonald on the drop. Ace Varela. Varela finds McDonald. Goes underneath again. Liam Duffy on the spin. Duffy in open space. Underneath 2. It's good. Liam Duffy, a great 2 from the paint. 38-37. 2 minutes to go in this third. Head to the far side, Barnett. Barnett, long 3 coming. That one just left short. Rebound, Mark Sandardo. Sandardo goes underneath. He finds Varela. Varela through the paint. Ace Varela for 2. Up and just left short. Rebound brought in by Nathan Felon. 38-37 lead for the Lions. Felon on the rebound is Zach Kendall. Gets the opening pass. Kendall. To the far side, John Kroll. Kroll through the middle. Kroll with a spin and some extra. John Kroll, an amazing shot. Will it count? And it will. A discussion after the play between official and the coach of Lower Moreland. Looks like when all is said is good, so all said and done, the points will count. 1:28 to play in the third. Duffy on the inbound. Duffy finds Robbie Segerich. Segerich through midcourt. Segerich peels off, goes underneath. Charles Steinmetz. Steinmetz almost turned the ball over. Here's Segerich. Segerich picking up the loose change. 3-point lead for Lower Moreland. Here's Charles Steinmetz now. Steinmetz to Charlin. Charlin underneath. Varela with a sequence. And Varela with some extra in the paint. 40-39 in favor of the Lions. Kroll brings up across half court. Kroll by the written emblem in front of the Powerade scorer's box. Kroll through the middle, back to the far side. Felon has not taken a three yet this half, taking 3 in the first half. And as I say that, Felon for 3 is up and no good. That one tipped away, it'll go out of bounds, it's going to stay with the Lions. Firebirds take the ball up. Here's Charlin underneath, 2 and 1. Zach Charlin in the paint with an amazing shot. 41-40, Firebirds lead.
His third, team's third. Team working out effectively for the Firebirds. Zach Charlin of the line shoots 1.
Charlin to shoot 1 more. He has given the Firebirds the lead, 41-40. 31 seconds to go in this third quarter. Charlin, as previously stated, 1 more from the line. It's up, it's just left short. Charlin fighting for her own rebound, didn't quite get it. And here's Zach Kendall. Kendall brings it up. The Lions looking to answer back to end this third quarter. Kroll makes Charlin miss initially. Kroll around the paint. Kroll with 13 on the clock, making men miss. Kroll, great defense by Charlin, but a foul.
Charlin, his second. John Kroll, the line for all shoots 2.
Foul called on Zach Charlin with 10.2 to go. First foul shot is up and good by Kroll. He'll shoot 1 more. And Kroll goes 2 for 2. 42-41. Here's McDonald. McDonald bringing it up, makes men miss. McDonald to the far side, Charlin. Wants redemption. Charlin, Segerich at the horn, no good. 3 quarters down from the Chapman Arena. 8 more minutes to play, and we have a close one for you in store with the Lions of Lower Moreland leading the Firebirds of Holy Ghost Prep 42-41 through 24 minutes of play. 8 more to come from the Chapman Arena, and we will have live coverage for you right after the break. The Lower Moreland Lions start with the ball to start with this fourth quarter. John Kroll with a spin. Kroll over Nathan Felling. Felling back to Kroll, and Kroll finds Hedges. Hedges goes underneath to Tammons. Tammon on the top of the paint. Tammon underneath two. And foul called on the floor against the Firebirds. That's their first of the third quarter, just 18 seconds in. Sorry, fourth quarter. Here's Kroll. Kroll gets the pass back off his own inbound. Rejected by McDonald. McDonald finds Segers. Segers underneath Charlotte. What an effort. And again, no benefit of the rim. And then a late whistle against the Firebirds after the play. Interesting call after action had subsided. The Firebirds want to give the ball away. So here's the Lions coming up on offense. 42-41, Lower Moreland leads. The Lions cutting it back and forth. Kroll drops it off. Kroll finds Hedges. Hedges on the spin. Hedges for two is up and no good. Rebound Zach Charlin. Charlin finds Segerich to McDonald. McDonald cutting it back and forth. Over to Zach Charlin. Charlin to McDonald again. McDonald finds Ace. Ace through the paint. Underneath two. It's good. The lead is back to the Firebirds. 43-42. 6:50 to go in regulation. It's Nathan Felling bringing it up for the Lions. Felling drops it off. Hedges. Hedges to Kroll. Kroll back to Hedges. And it's going to be ruled off the Lions on the baseline. The Firebirds will take over once more. Here is Duffy. Duffy to McDonald. McDonald all the way down the court. He has Zach Charlin. Charlin to the far side. Segerich to Duffy for three. No good. Loose ball is knocked away. Rebound one by Kroll. Kroll to Barnett. Barnett to the far side. Hedges. Hedges underneath. No basket. Offensive foul called against Hedges. – 43-42 lead for the Firebirds. Liam Duffy and Ace Varela take it up. Both sides with one foul. Here's Varela through the paint. Varela finds Segerich. Segerich, Zach Charlin. Good for three. Charlin with a snipe from downtown. 46-42. Here's Kroll. Kroll. Nearly a foul, three, that one no good. Rebound by Kroll in the paint, up, and an and one would have been good, but the basket is not. So Kroll will go to the line to shoot two. Great effort in the paint by Kroll and the Lions. And the Notes cut into the Firebird 4-point lead. Kroll makes it 46-44 as he makes them both from the line. Varela takes the ball across half court. Ace drops it off. Zach Charlin, three, in and out. Rebound goes back to Mason Tammons. Tammon across midcourt. Tammon drops it off to the paint. It's up and good. Tammon ties the game with 5:25 to play in regulation. McDonald takes the ball up. McDonald, Zach Charlin. Charlin to Ace. Ace for three, in and out again. No friendly bounces from the rim tonight for either side, especially not the Firebirds. Here's Kroll. Kroll again from the emblem. Kroll drops it off. Here's an open three. That one no good. That would have made it a 7-0 run late in the game for the Lions, but it's up and no good, so the game stays tied. Here's Ace. Ace, Duffy, three, just left short. Varela fighting for the rebound, maybe taking an elbow, and he doesn't get it. Kroll wins the rebound, and he takes it up. He moves over to Felon. Felon to Barnett. Barnett back to Kroll. Barnett goes underneath now. Return feed to Barnett. Underneath Tammons. Tammons tried to make a move on Duffy, but he could not. Good defense by the Firebirds with 4:15 on the clock. Here's a three ball from Kroll. That one up. Takes 2-3 bounces. Not Kawhi part two, as the loose ball is brought back down by Varela. Takes it in transition. It's no good for two. 46-46, it stays tied. Under 4 to go in regulation. Here is Hedges. Hedges to Felon. Felon, the return. Felon, foul called on Duffy. Duffy played close defense. He was going up against Mason Tammons. And Duffy called for his second foul. 3:48 to play in the fourth. 46-46, we're tied. Kroll has it from just beyond the arc. Kroll underneath, quick turnover. Here's Jack Charlin for the Firebirds. Charlin says Segerich underneath two, it's good. Robbie Segerich, a great looking shot. Quick timeout called by the Firebirds. 48-46, HGP leads Lower Moreland with 3:36 on the clock.
Firebirds calls timeout.
The Lions had possession coming out of the break. 3.5 to go in regulation. Here goes Kroll. Kroll trying to get through the emblem. He does. He drops it off to Tammons. Tammons goes underneath to Barnett now. Barnett, the far side. Kroll. Kroll to the middle and the return. He finds Barnett underneath. Whistle, offensive foul called against the Lions. Adam McDonald will inbound it. 3 fouls against the Firebirds. That makes it 2 going against the Lions. Segerich moves it up. Segerich finds McDonald. McDonald from just inside the paint. McDonald to Charles Steinmetz. Steinmetz, Segerich, 3-ball, he got it. 5-point lead for the Firebirds with under 3 to go as Robbie Segerich nails the clutch 3. He's made the Firebirds last 5 in a row. Charlin almost gets the pickpocket. Drops it off. 3-ball attempt by Barnett was held off on. Underneath Hedges. He finds Felon. Felon back to Kroll. Kroll peeling away. Back to Hedges now. Hedges, far side 3. It's much needed, but just short. Carl Barnett left it a little light. Here's Segerich. Segerich across the floor. That one caught by Sinardo. Sindardo, Charlin, Steinmetz, 3-ball, got it! Charles Steinmetz is hiked up along the sideline. 8 straight for the Firebirds. 2 straight 3-balls on 2 straight possessions. The Firebirds lead by 8 with 2:14 to play, and they have run away with it to an extent late in the 4th. Steinmetz and Segerich combined for the 8-point run, and with 2:14 to go, timeout called by the Lions. .212 and ticking to play in regulation. 54-46 lead for the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds. They're on an 8-0 run. Kroll looking to start a chip away at it. Kroll on the drop. He finds Barnett. Hedges has not taken a 3 yet. Kroll underneath. He makes a 2. 54-48. Here's Zach Charlin. Charlin cuts it back and forth. He gets across half court. Charlin making moves. Jack Charlin on the drop. Adam McDonald. 138 and ticking. McDonald on the move. Here's Steinmetz underneath. Steinmetz finds McDonald again. McDonald over to Mark Sindardo now. Sindardo sends his men in motion. Timeout called by the Firebirds. 1:28 to play in the 4th. 3 fouls for either side. 54-48. HGP on top, and we'll take a break with them. Firebirds back on the floor with Zach Charlin taking the inbound. Charlin goes to the backcourt. He has Adam McDonald. McDonald through the written emblem. 1:22 and ticking. Adam McDonald on the drop to Charles Steinmetz. Steinmetz on the move, lost the ball. Varela fighting for the loose ball. Varela can't hang on to it. Rebound picked up by Barnett. Barnett underneath. Here's Kroll for 3. He got it. Much needed 3 for Lower Moreland. Then Kroll makes it a 3-point game. 1:06 to play in the 4th. 3-point lead for the Firebirds. 54-51. Timeout, Lower Morelands. Inbound comes in from Duffy coming out of the break. Duffy finds Varela. Varela underneath. Zach Charlin, easy two. Two-shot lead once again for the Firebirds. 56-51, HGP on top. Here goes Kroll. Kroll takes the return. Kroll on the spin. Far side, Hedges. Three ball, he got it. Back-to-back threes for the Lions. 41 seconds to play. Firebirds go in motion. Here's McDonald. McDonald finds Segerich. A double may have been called, or at least expected to be called. It was not. Here's McDonald. McDonald takes the foul. 56-54 lead for the Firebirds with 30 seconds to play. Inbound goes in underneath. Ace Varela, and he'll take the foul again. Back-to-back fouls called against the Lions. Inbound goes over to Duffy. Duffy underneath McDonald. McDonald takes the hard foul. Adam McDonald took an elbow in the middle. Bad call being yelled from the stands, but it seemed pretty obvious at midcourt. 22.9 to play in the fourth. 56-54 lead for the Firebirds. McDonald rims in and out on his first one. He'll shoot one more with 22.9 on the clock. Lower Moreland has made threes on back-to-back possessions. The Firebirds want to be up at least 3 going into their next one. McDonald goes 0 for 2 at the line. Back on defense he goes. He's covering Kroll, who has the ball. 16 seconds, 15. Kroll from just beyond the arc. Kroll around the emblem, cutting it back and forth. Kroll to the paint, turned away after the foul. Foul called on Duffy. 8.3 on the clock. Kroll makes his first one. For 2 at the line. 8 seconds to play. Here goes Ace. Ace bringing it up across midcourt. Ace cuts it back in open space to the paint. Varela tried to sell the foul. He could not. And we have bonus basketball here at the top. 32 minutes is not enough to decide the game. 56-56. We head to overtime. And what a game this has been. Four minutes added to the clock for this overtime quarter. 56-56, your score through 32 minutes. It was tied at the start of the first quarter. It was a 1-point game at halftime and the start of the third. How fitting it is to have overtime. 4 minutes to play. The Firebirds send out Tommy Nahill as representative on the tip. Tip goes to Nahill. Nahill goes to McDonald. McDonald out across to Charlin. Charlin, Sindardo. Sindardo fires over to Robbie Segarich. Segarich back to Sindardo. Sindardo on the drop to Tommy Nahill. Nahill underneath. Segarich from the outskirts of the paint. Segarich finds Sindardo again in motion. 30 seconds have elapsed so far, or give or take. Here's McDonald on the drop. He finds Sindardo again. Back to Charlin. Charlin to the paint, up, no good for 2. Rebound brought in by the Lions. Underneath pass goes to Nathan Fellin. Fellin over to Kroll. Kroll moving around. Pass goes back and forth from Barnett, and a foul called against the Firebirds. First foul called on this overtime period against either side. Kroll makes his first foul shot. And the first points on this overtime quarter come 58 seconds in via the foul shot. Kroll is 2 for 2 from the line in overtime. 2-point lead for Lower Moreland. Here comes Charlin. Charlin, Segarich. Segarich, Sindardo on the return. Ace. Ace cutting it back through the paint. Out to the far side. Segarich for 3. No good. Wanted to foul at the end of it, didn't get there. And now here comes Fellin. Fellin on the move. He has Kroll. Kroll cutting it back and forth, looking for open space. Kroll around the emblem at midcourt. Pitches it out to the side. Kroll underneath 2. Ball was not attempted. Hedges was looking for it. Hedges out to the side. Barnett. Barnett underneath. Hedges again. Hedges for 2. That one up and no good. And the rebound put back is up and good. 60-56 lead for Lower Moreland. 2 minutes gone, 2 minutes to go in overtime. The Firebirds have not scored yet. Almost a turnover. Here's Charlin. Makes him man fold. Charlin to Sindardo. 3-ball. Varela. That one no good. Loose ball won by the Lions. Pass is intercepted by the Firebirds. Segarich for 3. No good. Loose ball. Offensive foul on the Firebirds. Foul called against HGP on Liam Duffy, who went down hard. 1:39 to play in overtime. 4-point lead for the Lions and chance to add to it for Kroll. No, pardon me, it's not Kroll. It'll be Mason Temmant. Tammant's first is up and good. 61-56. Tammant goes 2 for 2 from the line. 6-point lead for the Firebirds, and Coach Heston calls timeout. 1:39 to play in overtime. The Firebirds, who led by as many as 6 with a minute and a half to go, now trail by 6 with the same amount of time to go in overtime. 62-56. What can the Firebirds do in extras? Firebirds trail by 6 in overtime. Segarich finds Adam McDonald. McDonald underneath Duffy. Duffy finds Varela for 2. It's good. And the Firebirds on the board for the first time this overtime period. 1:13 to go in overtime. 62-58 lead for the Lions. As the timeout is once again called by HGP. .90 to play in overtime. The lead is down to 4 for the Lions. Kroll a chance to add to it, and he's fouled.
Kroll was fouled on the right. He's fourth.
Kroll at the line to shoot 2.
For the Lions, shoots 2.
Kroll 1 for 1 in this most recent segment. Kroll goes 1 for 2. The Firebirds have life. Segarich to Varela. Varela out to the far side. Here's an open 3. That one off the side of the backboard and no good. Kroll picks up the rebound. Kroll heaving it all the way down. Open underneath and peeling away was Tammond. Tammond on the move. Hot potato for the Lions. And the foul is called on Zach Charlotte. .63-58. The lead is for the Lions. Kroll at the line. Kroll misses his first, so the Firebirds will only be down 6 at most after this next foul shot. The rebound will be key for HGP, assuming it on the miss. The shot is no good. Rebound was no good. And here's Aiden Brody on the board. Brody moving it back and forth. Brody, and a whistle called against Aiden Brody. The Firebirds wanted the opposite, going against the Lions. But instead, inbounding it will be Tammond. Tammond heaving it down to Kroll. Kroll peeling away, foul called on Brody. Aiden Brody called for his first foul. 63-58 lead for the Lions, and Kroll will shoot 2 more. Kroll makes his first. He's 2 for 5 from the line in overtime. Charles Steinmetz subbing on for Aiden Brody. Kroll missed his second. A lane violation was called against the Lions, so it won't matter. Zach Charlin takes it. Charlin with 48. Needs to get a shot off. Charlin drops off McDonald. McDonald to Mark Sindardo. Sindardo by the written emblem. Sindardo on the drop. McDonald pitches it back out. Charlotte for three. It's short. It's good. It's rule of two. So 64-60. The Firebirds are nowhere near a chance to foul here. Sindardo trying to get a foul. Eventually Steinmetz does. 64-60 the lead for the Lions. And 2 foul shots coming from Carl Barnett. 20.9 to go in overtime, and the Firebirds on respiration. Or that is definitely not the right term. First foul shot is no good from Barnett. The Firebirds have a 4-on-1 advantage in the paint for a potential rebound. Second one is up and good. 65-60. Adam McDonald with 17. McDonald peels it off. Charlin to Sindardo. Underneath Charlin, cutting it back. Charlin gets the foul. And with 10.9 to go, it'll be Charlin on the line. Charlin will shoot two. This will be 2 big free throws for the Firebirds. First one coming in, and it's just offline. One more to come from the line for Charlin. 10.9 to go in overtime. Second one is good. 4-point lead for HGP. Inbound goes in, and the foul is called as Kroll goes to the line. Segerich is called for his first foul. Kroll will shoot 2. Kroll misses his first. Kroll misses 2 of 2. Sindardo needs a quick 3. Gets it over to McDonald. McDonald gets the foul. 65-61, and McDonald with a chance to make it a 2-point game. Things are getting interesting here at the Chapman Arena. McDonald will shoot his 2. McDonald offline. The second foul shot will be pivotal. One more from the line for Adam McDonald. McDonald goes 0 for 2. Rebound brought in by the Lions, and a quick foul is called. 1.8 seconds to play, but that will all but wrap it up. The Lower Moreland Lions trailed by as many as 8 with less than 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And now with 1.8 seconds to go, they lead by 4, a chance to make it 6. Foul shot is good from Nathan Fellon. One more. Fallon makes them both. Inbound goes in from Nahill, but it won't matter. And that'll be it for this overtime game between the Lions and the Firebirds. The Lower Moreland fan base came out full throat, and so did their offense. 67-61, your final score from the Chapman Arena. as the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds could not just corral their 8-point lead at the end of regulation. Once more, your final score, 67-61, a win for the Lower Moreland Lions. They improved to 4-2 overall and have increased their win streak to 3 consecutive games. They now have a plus 41 point differential on the year as they win a key game against Holy Ghost on the road. That'll be it for the moment, as the Holy Ghost Prep falls to Lower Moreland 67-61, and the Lions defeat the Firebirds. For now, I'm Caden Stewart signing off from Holy Ghost Prep with this solo stream tonight. We'll see you next time on Thursday against Bristol.
Holy Ghost Prep ties it up.
Holy Ghost is on the move.
Yeah, Firebirds had a lot of momentum.
Right from the jump for the Firebirds, who look really good.